Hello, how are you all doing? So recently in one of my sessions with one of my clients, she said that my relationship is not as romantic as it was when it started. I think I'm losing the spark in my relationship. I think a lot of us do not realize a fundamental truth, and that is everything in life requires effort. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's my finances, whether it's a career, whether it's my physical health, whether it's my mental health or my spiritual health. There are fundamentally no free lunches in life. Anything and everything that we want to achieve, whether it's a happy relationship, whether it's a great career, whether having enough money to retire early in life, whatever it may be, to raise wonderful children, we need to put in the effort. So today I decided to talk about those 5 things that do not work in a romantic relationship. What are those 5 things that you should not do in a romantic relationship? Actually, it's applicable to other relationships also if you're looking for a fulfilling, joyful, happy relationship in your life. So let's start the topic. The first thing is that a lot of us, once we get settled into our romantic relationship with our partner, we stop making the effort. Do you recall when you first time fell in love? Do you recall the first 2 or 3 years of your marriage or your relationship? Do you remember that you made the effort to let that person know that he or she is special? Right? That's what you did. And when you stop making that effort, when you stop investing in that relationship, it starts to fizzle out. The spark starts to go away. We get caught up in the mundane daily routine of life. We forget how special that person is in our life. We forget to let them know that they are important. We forget to let them know how their presence is so nourishing for your mind, body and soul. We forget that, and in forgetting that, we stop making that person an important aspect of our life. We start to make other things important, which are, trust me, not that important. Human beings, by and large, if they go away from our lives, the gaps and the holes in that are enormous. Money you can get, house you can rebuild, finances you can take care of, but relationships, good, beautiful relationships and good health, once it is gone, it usually doesn't come back to that level, and it just destroys us in multiple ways. So in a good romantic relationship, the first thing you should not do is you should not stop putting in the effort. You must make the effort to let the person know how special they are in your relationship. The second thing, many a times what happens is, once you're settled in a relationship and you know each other very well, you start somewhere to compare that person with other people in your life. So it could be as simple as you start comparing your spouse to, or your partner to your best friend, or her best friend's husband, or to your boss. I mean, somewhere you start letting them know that they are not enough, which is such a sad thing to do. Are you enough? You start comparing them to other people because you are not able to see the qualities, the good habits that brought you together. You start focusing on the external world and stop focusing on what makes that person special. You stop complimenting them. You start comparing them. This person does this for their wife, or this person does this for their partner. You don't do anything. That person's salary is this much. You are never going to get successful in life. Basically, you start to pull that person down. Now, the one thing you have to understand is, if I don't feel happy with you and I feel that you're constantly berating me, you're constantly making fun of me, you're constantly belittling me, I will not want to be in a relationship with you. It's just a matter of time. A time will come where I will not continue to be in that relationship because I feel let down. I feel my needs are not being met. I feel you don't really care about who the person is. I don't want to be another person. This is who I am. These are my qualities, these are my habits, these are my disqualifications. This is how you liked me in the first place. Why should I change? So when you start comparing your partners to other people and belittling them or making fun of them or mocking at them, then you are setting up a situation where that relationship will not last very long. The third thing you're not supposed to do in a beautiful romantic relationship is cheat on your partner. It is, the truth of it is, it's completely unacceptable. You feel attracted to someone else, you feel that you want what you want in your relationship, you're not getting from this individual, walk out. Just call it quits, walk out, because cheating on your partner is nothing that you can dream of doing and then hoping that your relationship will last. Cheating on your partner, I think even at a mental level, is basically telling that you're not important, this relationship is not important for me, I'm in absolute zero control of my actions, I take zero responsibility for my behavior, and I am going to do whatever I like because I don't feel fulfilled. If you're brave enough and you don't feel fulfilled, make the choice. Make the choice of walking out of it and do whatever you want to do in your life. But cheating on your partner is something that is basically the death knell of your relationship. If ever that comes out and your partner gets to know of it, it's just like the most heartbreaking thing in a relationship. It's a break of friendship, it's a break of trust, and ultimately it leads to the breakup of the relationship. So do not cheat on your partner, because if you value that person, if you value that relationship, the least you can do is be loyal in that relationship, or be loyal in that partnership, be loyal in that marriage. If you can't be, then have the courage and the strength to walk out of it and let them know it doesn't work for me, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore, I have found someone else, and then do it the right way. I think many times what we don't realize, and I find that very interesting, is we don't really understand and comprehend at a fundamental level how every action of ours impacts us the most. We think I can do whatever I like, I can cheat on this person, I can eat the wrong foods, I can make fun of others, I can be jealous, and I can be mean, and I can be rude, and we think we can get away with it. It doesn't work like that. My actions, good, bad, or ugly, impact me the most. In many ways, I'm the center of that action. Whatever I do will impact the other person much lesser than how much it will impact me. If I do wrong, that wrong is going to come back to bite me. I think this fundamental clarity if people have, I think they'll make better choices in life. Anyways, going forward. Another thing that which you should never do in a romantic relationship or in a healthy relationship is that you pry upon the privacy of that person. What do I mean by that? That means we all have our little bunch of secrets. We all have a little private life. It could be a little diary that I keep. It could be my WhatsApp messages that I don't want to share. It could be a conversation that I had with my sister or my brother or my mother. These are sacred things to me. And each person has those sacred pockets. Prying upon and wanting to know everything that other person does is basically letting them know, I doubt every action of yours. I don't trust you. I don't believe in you. And I want to hover on your head all the time, 24/7, to know what you are up to. Can you imagine how heavy it must be for the other person? How very frustrating it can be for the other person when they know that anything that they do cannot be hidden. It's something that probably they went for a few drinks with their friends, or they went out for a long drive with a couple of office people. But you as a wife or you as a partner wants to know how every minute or second of their life they spend. That kind of insecurity does not usually come from the other person. That kind of insecurity usually comes from you, because you are insecure as a person. And because you are insecure as a person, you find it very difficult to trust other people. We all have our private lives, we all have our secrets, and they need to be honored. Just because you're in a relationship with a person, just because you have a partnership with a person, doesn't mean that his or her book has to become like an open book and they are supposed to share everything about their past, present and future with you. It's not required. It's not needed, because we all have some parts of our life which are sacred to us, and we should be allowed to honor and respect that part of our life. Another thing which I find very interesting in romantic relationships is that people, by and large, in a romantic relationship, do not understand the concept of respect. What does respect mean in a relationship? Respect means I may or may not agree or disagree with you, but I will always respect you. My behavior, my way of communication has to be always respectful. Just because I disagree with you, I cannot start throwing things at you. I cannot start to beat you up. I cannot start to use abusive language with you. People should know that there are boundaries in relationships. Every relationship, if it has to work in the long-term process, has to have a boundary. What is that boundary? And whatever are those boundaries that you two decide in your relationship, you are not supposed to cross those boundaries. So right in the beginning of a relationship, maybe you should sit down together, have that conversation. This is what is important to me. I do not like people screaming their lungs out at me. I do not like that we share all our financial goals together. I have some goals, you have some goals. Together we can share some part of our finances. I do not like to have too many guests. I do not like to socialize much. I'm not a movie person. Just basic conversations of your likes and dislikes, so you can identify that these are my boundaries and these are your boundaries, and we are not supposed to cross them. We are not supposed to lose it when you disagree with me. We are not supposed to lose it when I am tired, I come back from work and I don't make you a cup of tea. You're not supposed to lose it when I chose to buy a certain outfit and you didn't approve of it, because beyond anything and everything else, respect is paramount in a relationship. If that respect is compromised, then the relationship starts to fall apart. So going back to the reality of romantic relationships or healthy relationships, these are the fundamental 5 principles I think we should follow, or we should not indulge in these things so that we can have a healthy relationship. If we do indulge in these things, we are basically loosening the foundations of the relationship. We are basically saying, you know what, I am not really interested in investing in this relationship, so I don't care where this relationship goes. But if you want to continue in a lifelong, healthy, beautiful, joyful, nourishing relationship, take note of these 5 pointers. I hope you like this video. If you like the content on my channel where I try to empower women and help them understand the nuances of leading a beautiful and fulfilling life, you will subscribe to it. You can always share your comments and let me know what you think of my videos, if there are topics you want me to cover. You can follow me at Dr. Nalini Taneja on Instagram also. For right now, this is it at my end. Bye.